Hello, folks. So, a quick thing. Lately, a few folks have been asking me to go back and kind of redo this mod, in particular. Maybe at some point. There's no time for that now. But recently, was going through and was looking through other stuff that ArtDink had done before. Those people that you might have realized recently were doing that funny shapes game, and well. I mean, their entire history of stuff is pretty interesting. But I kept wondering, like, why do I recognize that logo? Like, I absolutely love the original Tactics Ogre, and they had a part in that, but it weirded me out that I couldn't remember where I'd seen this logo absolutely all the dang time. And there were two games that my brother and I used to love as kids. One of them is Aquanaut's Holiday. That's this one right here. The other one being Carnage Heart, which is kind of this, like, AI programming robot game. But yeah, this is one of the weirdest Zen kind of things that I think I've ever seen. So here's the general gist, right? World peace has just been achieved. You have somehow achieved that in a submarine, and you're gonna go explore the ocean now. And you just basically go around and you see stuff in water. That is the entire game. You can kind of build like a coral reef kind of situation. And yeah, you're just some dude in a submarine going on vacation, and for some reason, this is the one time that they couldn't get something anatomically correct, because they got the weird-looking dolphin over there, but pretty much everything else in this, it seems like they did try to be at least mostly accurate. But yeah, this is a very, very strange game, but very fun to play, actually. So what honestly, I kind of would recommend this one, because if nothing else, might be kind of interesting. And for some reason, they have you rename yourself as well as redecide what your menu is going to look like. If you're curious what these options should be, this is the only options you should ever choose. You have the option to turn your entire screen into an oval instead of just having your screen. It's stupid, don't do that. So okay, what do you do in this game? Well, you explore the ocean, and every square that you explore gives you more stuff that you can put in over here. So like, let's say we want to build one here, and then we put it over here, and then you press one of the face buttons, and it'll give you a particular color associated with that particular thing, and then you build it. If you're thinking, hey, can I go explore my own coral reef? Yes, you absolutely can. And then you just kind of like build stuff, and fish go there, and there's really no strategy or anything to it. You just sort of build it. You build it, and they will come. It's like, yeah, you just like build with different colors. This can be whatever you want it to be. It's kind of whatever, but the point is, as soon as you fill up this little progress meter, you get to be a fish, apparently. I've actually never really done much more than the submarine bit. I only recently found out that that's even a thing you can do. And you can absolutely build just impossible floating platforms all over the place if you want. So that's fun. I'm just kind of curious to see what happens if we max it out right now. This isn't even remotely close to the majority of the game. I just want to see what happens. Supposedly, if you get enough fish in here, that's when you can just go become a fish, because you can talk to the fish and you can be the fish, and yeah, you can talk to them. It's weird. All right, so that's enough of that. I don't think we're going to be doing much more there. So okay, we've built our reef, and how much of the ocean have I actually looked through in the last couple days? Because there's a lot of ocean to explore. All right, so. God, I can't wait to show this. This is so cool. So, okay. So you got your whole big ocean, and you just randomly explore. If you're thinking, wait a minute, is it dangerous? How do you fight things? You don't fight anything. You just see stuff. That is the entire purpose of this game. You run around, and there's cool stuff every now and then. And most of it is just empty ocean with fish in it. And sometimes you just feel like following a fish around, and yeah. So these are our little buoys I've put out for different discoveries. I think the red ones are stuff that the game considers a monument. But you can just checkmark anywhere and go back to it, so that's pretty fun. And yeah. If you ever wanted to see a game where you get jump scared by fish, this is certainly the one to do it. Also, you can, like, do little beep boops. And depending on your beeps and boops, the fish do different stuff. It's strange. It's most certainly strange. And yeah, all the fish will react differently. So like this fish thinks I'm talking to it now, so it's like, oh, do a little spin, you say. Okay. Yes, sir. And we do that beep boop, and apparently it doesn't like that beep boop. So we do this beep boop. And that has made a swordfish, or a shark, or whatever that is, come up. Oh, and that one apparently attracted a school of fish. Okay. Neato. So I don't know what that meter in the top right is. I think it's supposed to be your like your overall heading or something like that. But yeah, this is it. This is the game right now. You just explore. Somebody looked, like, I have to say, this is both a strange and a really cool decision on somebody's part, because they just looked at the draw distance on the PS1. They're like, you know what? Can't see shit. Let's let's just go ahead and make this an ocean simulator. And you know what? It works. Because truth be told, draw distance in real life for the ocean is kind of garbage too. And yeah, this is it. Like I said, you just explore. Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's sounds, and you just check mark anywhere you want to check mark a spot. You drop one of those things. Sometimes you'll clip straight into it and just crash. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to get jumped out of your seat, let's find a fish here. Ah, dang it, I missed the fish. Okay, yeah, you can ram fish. There's never a downside to ramming a fish, but you know, these fish are weirdly evasive. Here, yeah, that's one of the quiet ones. Let's see if we can. The weirdest ones are those giant eel things. We haven't seen any yet. There we go. There's a giant manta ray. It's for Steve Irwin, you dick. Yeah, they make that noise, and it's super loud. I don't think it's going to come through as much in the recording here because I have the volume fairly low. But yeah, this is one of those ones where you'll just quietly be zoning out and exploring the ocean and just kind of seeing where stuff is and maybe trying to find a shipwreck or two and apparently knock the thing out of its connection because you're recording off of Vita like a complete dipstick. All right, there we go. As you do. And yeah, it's kind of going to be one of the quieter oceans here. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's apparently just some stuff here. I think some stuff might not actually be emulating right, even though this does apparently use PlayStation's own emulation stuff. Because there's a couple cases where I could have sworn I found a shipwreck there before, and it was just like a dark square on the ground. So, I mean, maybe play it on the original. Like, originally, my brother and I found this thing in a bargain bin for like $1. Because even back then, nobody knew what the hell this was or wanted to play it. But, you know, if you're looking for a zone-out game that you can play on a PSP, or you just want something weird like this, then yeah, this is absolutely here. And I wish it would show some of the music. Here, let me turn the volume up real quick so you can maybe hear some of this music. Hopefully it doesn't go too loud, because it's more or less the sound of your motor for the most part, and then occasional jumpfish scares. Whatever, screw it, that works. You get jump fished, and yeah, you find whales. Like the other day, I was kind of excited, and I think I might have been annoying some folks in the SRPG Discord because I found Moby Dick. Because yeah, you'll just kind of find stuff, and I think some of the unique fish and stuff just kind of go around. But there's a white whale, and I found it. There's some of that water, or there's some of that noise. Like some of it's little cymbal noises, some of it's drums. It's all about the ambient sound on this one. There's little to no gameplay, but it's so cool anyway. And yeah, I don't know. It's just fun. But yeah, so found this like giant floating rock kind of situation with Moby Dick hanging out around it. Is this the... See, the thing is, if you ever want to re-find something in this game, there aren't even really guides. Like, the few guides that I've seen were literally things like, hey, I saw this thing this one time, and I don't know where to find it again, so yeah. And that's it. There were no official guides. There was a sequel, funnily enough, on the PS3. General consensus was that it sucked, but yeah, apparently it had a storyline, but it was never translated. This was just a really weird concept that somebody was 100% behind for some reason. Honestly, comparing the two, I would say this one looks way better. Ooh, can we talk to a clam? Or a hermit crab here? Hello there, he does a little thing, he's going and he's feeding the clam. This is such a stupid thing to get excited about. But yeah, no. We used to play this for hours on end, and yeah, if you ever wondered if there's any downside to crashing, yeah, no, there's nothing. And if you're thinking, hey, let me go surface, and yeah, no, you just get like a little diamond icon, and that's it. What about this guy? Oh, he doesn't respond to that beep boop. You want these beep boops? Want those beep boops? I don't know. That guy doesn't feel like talking to me. What a weird game. I don't know. I just love that this exists. So yeah, you can just go and see the little animations on all the little fish. And I wanted to show at least some of the monuments here. What the hell's going on here? Apparently my phone's going off. That is not the thing. Of course it would go off right now. But yeah, in some cases I just have these random buoys set up because I ran into some random fish there and I thought it was a static location, but I'm pretty sure they just kind of move around. There's general species that'll show up around certain places, but I'm like 99% sure that the weird stuff moves around everywhere. That might be a thing. Like, you'll occasionally see stuff pop in the distance, and it's like, is that a fish, or is that terrifying Buddha face thing? I'm not sure if you can hear the sound in the background, but, like, the music will give you slight musical cues. And, like, there's that unique golden eel and things like that. So it'll give you slight clues and things like that. Like, there's one that's like an Indian city or something like that, and you can hear a bunch of cymbal music when you're getting closer to that. But then it just kind of comes and goes, so it's not exactly like a hot or cold kind of thing. But then suddenly the music will get super loud, and you'll look down, and it's like, oh crap, I just found the ruins of some ancient city down here. Or I think there's like a bunch of ghosts wailing for the boat. Like, you can hear like a ominous drum beat in the background here, and I'm not sure what that's about. Found some... There it is. Found a whale. I'm not sure if you can hear that music right now. I believe that's the pyramids, maybe? But, like, yeah, it's kind of... I don't know if it's badly programmed or if it's on purpose. But, yeah, it's like sometimes music will get super loud along a particular random location, as if the devs themselves didn't actually know where stuff was. Like, I'm trying to find the loud music here. Gonna find it or no? Because I know the ghost ship was actually on point. I know the pyramids were a bit off. It was like tied to one of the corners for some reason. There's this kind of techno noise going on that was bizarrely tied to a black square on the ground. And sometimes you'll just kind of drift from side to side for no apparent reason. Yeah, look at that pop in. People are complaining about Fallout 76's pop-in. You ain't seen nothing yet. And so, yeah. I wish that we could find a cool thing here. There's quite a few weird things to find. Like, you'd think it would be 4 or 5 locations. Again, it's like $1 game. So you'd think it would be just a handful of locations, but as far as I've seen, everyone had different stories over what they actually found here. And the game only seems to actually end once you've attracted the full number of fish, and then you just get the option to play as a fish. Oh, there's that floating rock thing! Ah, nice. See, and there we go, and you just find a cool thing, and it's like, hey, it's here. Is there Moby Dick here this time? Probably not. As I just smashed into a rock. Yeah, I'm sure this submarine is just fine with smashing into a rock, but it's like this weird Zen horror type of situation with this game, seriously. But yeah, this is where I found that Moby Dick last time. There's just a white whale and a black whale circling around making a yin-yang, and I didn't know if that was programmed or if that was random or what. But yeah, it's just this feeling of unease, but also calmness playing this game every time. I don't know what it is that's about, but yeah. It's so cool, you know? So as far as minimalist stuff goes, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Actually, here, let me go ahead and go back real quick. Let me see if I can find that face. Because that face freaked me out so much as a kid. There's just a random face on the ground. And yes, it's like you just sort of see it pop in the distance and just this weird screaming skull thing. I think it's this one. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's this thing. Look at that. Look at that freakiness. Somebody said it was a Buddha face. I don't know. That looks like a terror face to me. But you just sort of see this crap suddenly pop in at the edge of your screens. Like, what the hell kind of jump scare crap is this? So that's fun. that's always just a fun thing to run into. Here, let's see if we can maybe find some of the other locations here. Find something neato over there. And probably make a separate video at some point to show off the fish. I really hope the volume's not too loud, because the audio mixing in this game is atrocious, to be blunt. I want to say one of them was over here. Usually if there's more than one, that meant it was something interesting. I don't know whether red or green or any of that mean anything in reality. I think this is the one with the drum music, where I couldn't figure out what the deal was with the drum music, or what's with the whole up and down thing on the right. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where the drum music was coming from here. So, yeah, you know, Aquanaut's Holiday. It's pretty fun. Pretty neat to look into. If you're looking for something that takes almost no space and is just a fun little zone-out game, like especially playing this before bed is weirdly relaxing, if that's your kind of thing. Yeah, you know, go give it a bit of a look. As far as the other one I mentioned, Carnage Heart, definitely a bit more involved than this. But yeah, you can't really lose in this game. Like I mentioned earlier, the worst thing you can do is attempt to reach the surface like this very slowly, and it just turns slightly lighter blue, and then you get the diamond icon, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, there is no up. You do not exist in an up allowable area. I mean, theoretically, due to weird pop-in stuff, you could probably cover more ground doing it this way. But yeah. And then you get jump scared by fish. And I haven't seen any of the weird jaw things. Like, somebody mentioned in one of those random posts that they just ran into some gigantic toothy fish that just took up half their screen. So there's that. If you ever try to run into a whale, by the way, they just sort of run away. You can hit them, and they do bounce off just like everything else. Where are you? You another manta ray? Let's go. There we go. Get more revenge for Steve Irwin. But anyway, that's all I got time for today. So, you guys have a good one. Take care.